Greetings, fellow humans, it is I, Mr. Sabman, and welcome to the Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer breakdown. Now, this is gonna be not that intense, but I suggest that you watch the trailer before you watch this video. So if you haven't seen the trailer yet, go watch it and then come on back. If you want to go in fresh, don't watch trailer breakdowns. So without further ado, let's get into what we got going on here. The very first scene we see is Rey. Rey seems to be in some kind of distress. It kind of reminds me of when she had the vision in The Force Awakens, so this could be something about another vision, or maybe she's just doing intense Jedi training, or, you know, whatever that could be. Next, we have a nice shot of Ahch-To, and we hear Luke Skywalker speak. He says, "Breathe. Just breathe. Now reach out. What do you see?" And obviously he's talking to Rey. So then we have another shot of Ahch-To, and the whole thing was going on under there. And now we have Rey standing on a precipice, or standing on the beach or something. She answers Luke and she says, "Light, darkness, and a balance." Then Luke says, "It's so much bigger. Light, dark, and a balance." Now, this is probably pretty key into what we got going on here. The light, the dark, a balance. That could mean a lot for the title, The Last Jedi. Might going from not being devoted completely to the light, not being devoted completely to the dark, but to a balance. So that is very, very interesting. Also underneath there is some whispering. Most of it is inaudible, but you can hear Vader breathing, and I believe it says "with you." Well, it's a female voice that says "with you" or something like that, and then another voice, it could be Luke, but it's a male voice. It says "with you on the dark side," and then another voice, I could be wrong here, and I probably am. It sounds like Yoda. He said something like "great fury of the ages." It sounds like Yoda. It might not even be what he's saying at all, but it says, what I picked up from it was "great fury of the ages." That's the best I could do. If you can think of something better, please let me know. And then you hear a lightsaber ignite very quietly. So we don't know where this could be from. Is it even going to be in the movie? But there were some little inaudible speaking going on there. So moving along here, we see Rey using the Force, obviously, to lift little pebbles, doing her Jedi training. Then we see General Leia Organa standing at a table, looking at a map. Could be anything. Then we see something really, really thought-provoking. Here is the mask of Kylo Ren, completely obliterated, surrounded by, it looks like glass, and it's smoking. Destroyed by a lightsaber, a blaster bolt. What this points at is we won't see Kylo Ren wearing the mask too much in the film. Maybe, possibly. It could be towards the end. Then we see what looks like to be some kind of weird-looking bookshelf. Your guess is as good as mine, but bookshelf with light on it. Okay. Then it flips to a hand going over text, some kind of ancient text, a picture, a map of some kind, or don't know. I have no idea what this could be. But my guess is Luke was searching for something to do with the Jedi. He was searching for Jedi artifacts, anything he could find, and he found something that was not good about the Jedi. Some kind of weird dark secret, or maybe they were wrong in their teachings. There were a couple Jedi purges. The first one I heard about was in the Knights of the Old Republic. Now that is no longer canon, but there was a Jedi purge in there, though, the Jedi Civil War between the Jedi and the Sith, but that doesn't matter. The only Jedi purge that is canon was the one that happened at the end of Episode 3. Maybe there's a good reason, a will of the Force, that the Jedi were exterminated. That's a whole different bag of worms, or can of worms, or bag of beans, or whatever you want to call it. Then we have a shot, it looks like it's again on Ahch-To, somebody training with a blue lightsaber, and another individual standing there watching. My guess is it's Rey training with the lightsaber and Luke standing there watching her. Now, there's something else there. I don't know what it could be. Some people said it could be Yoda, but I don't think a Force ghost would look like that in a shadow. So that's, I don't know. It could be anything. Could be nothing. We don't know. Then we see these fighters. I'm not exactly sure. They kind of look like an A-wing, but not. And they're on some planet. Don't know what it is. Some kind of fight and some kind of red stuff. Don't know. We'll find out when the movie comes out. Next, we have a shot of Finn in what looks to be like a medical capsule. So that's him getting better from his injuries in his fight with Kylo Ren. So that's all I can think of about that. I don't know why they would even show him in a capsule like that. So is he still hurt, or did he get hurt again, or who knows? Then we see a shot of Poe Dameron and BB-8 racing through a corridor. Looks like it's on a ship. And then the next shot is Poe and BB-8 in a hangar getting blown up. So that's fantastic. Next, we see the TIE Fighter get obliterated by the Millennium Falcon. So we know that the Millennium Falcon was on Ahch-To with Rey and Luke. They eventually make it off Ahch-To at some point. So that's cool. Next shot, we have Rey running with the lightsaber ignited. This could be a training montage. This could be her running to a fight. No clue. Next, we go to a shot of Kylo Ren unmasked, which is definitely cool, because the mask, I really didn't like. It's cool that he doesn't have the mask on. You can see he's got the scar, so it's not any kind of vision or flashback or anything, so that's cool. And in the next shot, we see Luke and R2-D2 staring at a burning temple. Now, this is probably what Luke was looking at during The Force Awakens in Rey's vision. Everything's pretty much the same. You could probably piece them together and look through it like that, but yeah. He drops to his knees as he sees his temple burning. It must have been something terrible, and I hope we get to see more of that in The Last Jedi. What actually happened? What turned Kylo Ren to the dark side? Then we go to a shot of Captain Phasma with a battalion of troops behind her, and they're marching on, looks like some kind of another corridor. It doesn't look like it was from the last shot at all, but nonetheless, Captain Phasma returning in The Last Jedi. Then we see a space battle. Looks to be like the Resistance fleet taking on some of the First Order. That's pretty cool. Next shot, we got a TIE Fighter and an X-Wing, and boom! TIE Fighter gets killed by the X-Wing. Pretty cool stuff right there, yeah. At the very end, we see Luke standing at the entrance or exit to a cave, and we hear spoken, "I only know one truth. It's time for the Jedi to end." Now, it sounds like it's very somber, like it's like, oh my god, what are we going to do without the Jedi? The Jedi are awesome. Well, you see these books from the beginning, and all the talk about balance and stuff. My best guess would be they're going to start something totally different, like a new Jedi or something. They'll probably come up with another word for it, which is going to, that might throw everything off. I'm kind of not liking that idea so far, but again, we don't have enough information to really flesh it out and discuss it. What the Jedi are going to turn into, there has to be some kind of good Force users. Now that's a given. We're going to need that for future films. That's what Star Wars is built on. The lightsaber is the coolest weapon that is in the entire franchise. I don't think they're going to do away with force-wielding lightsaber fights and everything like that. But I think the Sith and the Jedi are probably going to be over, because there's no Sith overtones with Supreme Leader Snoke and Kylo Ren. They spoke nothing of the Sith at all. The only time the Sith were mentioned was when Maz Kanata said it at her bar when she was talking to Han Solo. You know, the Sith, the Empire. So that's probably what they're leaning towards. We're not going to see the end of lightsabers or force wielding. We're going to see the end of the Jedi Order, which I still kind of don't like the idea, but it doesn't mean that Luke is going to die. Him and Rey are the last Jedi. They're going to create something new, something better. But, you know, the Jedi is such an iconic term. It's kind of hard for me to think about them calling it something else. I don't know. That's just me. Because, you know, Jedi are awesome. But we're going to have to come up with some new word. So there's going to be some new order, or maybe there's not going to be any order at all. Who knows? But, you know, people have to be trained to use the Force. People are going to be trained for this new balance in the Force. Or maybe there won't be any good guys or bad guys, maybe only a gray. I don't know, but maybe they'll call it the Gray Jedi. They won't be just the Jedi, they'll be the Gray Jedi, or maybe just the Gray. But, you know, it's going to be weird for them to call lightsaber wielding Force users another term. You know, it's just a term here, and it's really bumming me out. But nonetheless, I do like this trailer. It's a really awesome teaser trailer, and I enjoyed it very much. And I cannot wait for the next one. I can't wait to see what else they got in store for us. And definitely in December, you know, it's gonna be incredible, and we can't wait. And what questions are we gonna have after we see that one? What are we gonna think about Episode 9? What is Episode 9 gonna be like? I have no freaking clue. None whatsoever. And I got getting ahead of myself here. Well, anyway, thank you for sticking with me for so long and checking out this video. There are a lot of videos for Star Wars to check out, and I'm glad you decided to settle on mine to hear my thoughts and everything else. Be sure to check out the other stuff on my channel. I got tons of stuff on there for everybody. I got retro gaming, I got original poetry, I got original short stories, all kinds of cool stuff. You know, I got a few product reviews on there you can check out. It's just what comes to my mind, what goes on in my world, what's important for me. Keep it real and never say die. My name is Mr. Sabman, and may the Force be with you.